The Dallas Cowboys drafted Mrist Liufau in the 3rd round of the 2024 NFL Draft, and today we're going to talk about why I think this guy has massive upside. This guy's athletic, he's smart, he wants to hit people, and when you put those 3 things together, you have the potential to get a 3-down linebacker. A guy that can not only play the run, but a guy that can absolutely play the pass. And you see it on tape. Play in, play out. Liufau is being asked to drop back into coverage. Sometimes he'll play in the slot. He'll play as a safety. The guy pretty much did it all for Notre Dame in 2023. Very, very excited to get into this tape. Let's just jump right into it. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and just get right into what Marist Liufau is going to ultimately bring to the Dallas Cowboys. And that is a linebacker that can cover. That is a linebacker that can read plays when it comes to coverage, quick screens, running back screens, and it's a guy that's going to absolutely blow it up, like you see on this play here. I mean, this is such a phenomenal play all around. The guy snips it and just straight up brings the receiver down for a loss of yards. But for me, the most impressive part in this entire play is just kind of how he changes direction. You know, the quarterback over here looks to the right of your screen. He fakes it. You can see Liufau kind of take steps to that side right there. But as he recognizes the quarterback's actually coming to the left, just look at how quickly he puts that right foot into the ground, changes direction, hits top speed, and just blows this up. You know, most linebackers in the NFL are not going to be able to change direction the way this guy does. And most linebackers in the NFL are actually going to end up getting picked off by these offensive linemen. And the running back's going to catch it and just kind of slip right underneath. But you see how fast the Notre Dame linebacker is here. He's able to just get right past the blockers. They have no chance to get to him, and he crushes the wide receiver. I love this play right here. Just a really, really phenomenal job. One of the things with Liufau that I think Notre Dame did a ton of with him is they put this guy in coverage. And generally speaking, he does a pretty good job. Now, a lot of these aren't plays where he's going to actually get targeted. But you can watch this guy where he gets a responsibility within a play where he has to switch or whatever it is. And he ends up having to pick up a slot wide receiver. And the guy's very comfortable being able to do those type of things. And you'll see it play in, play out. How this guy does a good job in coverage. You guys, check this play out. Liufau's going to be in man-to-man coverage. Ohio State's going to run a play to attack Liufau on this one. They're going to try to actually pick him off, and they're going to try to hit the running back on this wheel route. And Liufau does a great job staying underneath the pick. He gets over the running back, and he just shuts it down. You see the quarterback ends up getting sacked on this one. So to me, this is by design right here. You're basically going to run a receiver to try to pick him off. You'll get a tight end to kind of come around as well to try to pick him off a second time. And of course, on this play, the point is to get the running back on this wheel route in the hopes that if Liufau is able to be picked off, you can hit the running back for a potential touchdown. You can see here, the first pick doesn't initially work. The second one doesn't end up working either. Liufau does a great job just being able to stay right underneath it. And you can see the quarterback's actually looking directly that way. So the quarterback wants to take this shot, and it's not there because Liufau's all over it. Quarterback ends up taking off, and he ends up getting sacked. So just a really, really good job in coverage. You got another snap in coverage here. Watch Liufau not only get into his drop as he's going to take away a couple of these passing lanes. The quarterback's going to try to run, and you see the closing distance. And that's a phenomenal, phenomenal play. Again, it's just that mindset that this guy plays with, right? He's very smart. He's very, very quick. He's very athletic. And he's able to take away passing lanes because of all of that. Right, and then when the quarterback tries to take off, he's able to jump that as well because he's so fast. And these skills right here is going to absolutely translate into the NFL. Right, so if this guy's able to just develop just a little bit in terms of his coverage, his processing, being able to play as a true linebacker, the upside for Marist Liufau is there. Now, I'm not even 100% sure if this guy's going to actually play linebacker at the next level. I could see him playing some sort of hybrid role. You can see how quick and explosive he is. But either way, the guy definitely has the athletic tools and profile be a really, really solid player at the next level. Again, just sticking to pass coverage, you're going to get another play once again here. Liufau is going to end up pressing 2 guys and breaking the pass up. Just a phenomenal job once again. Liufau is all over in the coverage. And you can see that Notre Dame definitely trusted this guy to play in coverage. They trusted him to be the guy that's going to cause that disruption. He's going to press the first guy. He's going to press the second guy. And he's going to disrupt the timing of these wide receiver routes. And he's going to end up getting to his job. He's going to recognize the quarterback's going to kind of throw the ball quickly, gets that hand in there and breaks the pass up. Just a really, really nice job once again. So one of the things you're going to see Liufau do a ton is use his hands to get around guys. He's quick, he's athletic, and you see that on tape in terms of how he kind of plays. Against the run, against the pass, he's going to definitely use the hands a ton. On this one here, you're going to get a zone run towards the left. And watch Liufau take on the guard. As the guard's going to try to make contact with him, he's going to straight up just chop the hands. You can see right there, right off the screen, I know it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see Liufau swat, swim, and get around number 70, the left guard. He's going to ultimately end up getting in there, and he's going to end up being one of the guys that makes the play. So it's a good job right there. Let's get into the next snap. You got another really nice rep here by Liufau. The center is going to try to reach on this wide zone to the left of your screen. The defensive end actually doesn't hold containment. He's going to end up getting kind of hooked off. But Liufau does a good job kind of getting over the top. You see him once again just use the hands. The center here has that wide block. He's trying to really get out in front of Liufau. And the linebacker here understands his responsibility. All right, he needs to make sure this linebacker does not reach over the top. Now, of course, there's also other elements within this play. You see number 12 here ends up jumping to the inside. Not 100% sure exactly why he does that. But because of that, the running back's able to kind of just get to the outside. I think Liufau probably has some sort of inside containment within this play when it comes to his run fit specifically. But you see him understand kind of what happens, and then he is able to get off the block. So I love how he uses his hands to control the offensive lineman. To me, as a linebacker, you got to use your hands. There's not going to be a ton of linebackers in the NFL anymore that are going to have success without being able to use their hands. Got to be able to make contact with those offensive linemen. You got to be able to get off the block. With Liufau, it is one of the things he does pretty well. Of course, you have to continue to develop it and fine-tune it for the NFL speed. You got another one here. He's going to line up on the line of scrimmage. You're going to get a draw play. The guard's going to set up to the inside, and Liufau is going to get the hands right to the inside, and he's going to be able to kind of stretch it out. He's going to really be able to gain that leverage, and he's going to be able to get off the block. He's going to get around it. Now, he's not going to end up making the play because there's really no containment over here to the right, but he still does a good job being able to get around the block. And that's all you can ask for from Liufau on this one. Let's get into the next snap. You're going to get another really nice rep here by Liufau. He's once again going to get past the blocker. This time he's going to just kind of chop and swim. Just another way to kind of get past the blocker. You see that this guy really uses his speed. He really uses the quickness. And it's a part of what allows him to win. And I think that's going to definitely translate at the next level. You're going to get another really nice rep once again. He's going to just get right over the top of the offensive lineman. He's going to just use the hands once again. Just a great job being able to kind of get around it. And I think one of the traits that really sticks out with Liufau is the quickness, it's the shiftiness. And because of that, Notre Dame lined this guy up on the line of scrimmage a ton. Because this guy was able to really get after it. And I want to kind of just get into some of his snaps where he did line up on the line of scrimmage. Starting with this first snap right here. Here where Liufau is going to do a great job changing direction as he's pass rushing. He's going to get upfield, quickly jump cut towards the inside. To me, that movement right there is absolutely special. I know some people will overlook this, but I think one of the things you're going to get with a guy like Liufau is the guy's so versatile. Slot corner, defensive line, linebacker. He can pretty much do all of it, and I think that allows the Cowboys to really develop this guy however they kind of want. And he's going to be one of those guys that can play multiple positions. So I think for a coach like Zimmer, this is the exact type of player you want. Now, just to talk about the versatility that Liufau brings, on this one, he's going to line up as really a strong safety. Like, he's going to come downhill. He's going to actually make the play on this one. Just a beautiful job being able to read and recognize. But again, it's something to kind of keep in mind. Liufau wasn't really a true linebacker. Now, again, he did play a lot of snaps at the linebacker position, but he really didn't get to play one position for the entirety of the season. And some people will say that actually hindered him a little bit. Some people actually believe that if Liufau got to play the stack linebacker position full time, he would have been a better linebacker than what the tape kind of shows. But again, I think with Liufau, the thing is you got to look at the different traits that you see on his tape. And I think those traits are going to develop, and those traits right there are going to be the things that Zimmer is going to be able to use, fine tune, and really mold this guy into the type of player that he ultimately wants. You got another pass rush here. Once again, just going to quickly change direction, quickly go from an outside move to an inside move. Once again, just the way this guy moves to me is a very, very, very good. Doesn't get pressured, not a big deal, but again, just kind of want to point it out because you can see it on tape, the way this guy moves, the way this guy changes direction. Just does a really, really good job. Alrighty, guys, check this next pass rush out. Liufau on this one's going to actually generate pressure and get to the quarterback. They're going to run a defensive line game, and again, that quickness really flashes. You see how fast he's able to change direction. You see him use that athleticism to change direction, and you could really see that quickness on tape here. Just a really good job being able to move. You see the guard's not going to be able to get to him because it's too fast. Guard isn't able to process it. And you'll see this as he gets into the league as well, right? You're going to see that he's generally faster than guards and tackles. So when he does run games, or if it's some sort of fire blitz that the Cowboys ultimately end up running with this guy, you're going to see it work because of the quickness and the movement skills that this guy has. It's a pretty good job right there. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Another thing with Liufau that you'll notice on tape is the guy's a very good blitzer. Oftentimes, he's going to get into the backfield. He's going to cause disruption. He's going to make the quarterback feel a little pressure, right? And you see that on tape. On this one here, he's going to delay blitz. You'll see that these defense linemen are going to kind of slant. They're going to end up running this game. And he's going to delay blitz after that. Now, with this play, one of the things you're going to also see is he jumps the perfect gap. He goes exactly where it's designed for him to go. And you see, because he jumps that gap, the quarterback rolls out of there. This was third down, so this was a key play to get pressure on the quarterback because the quarterback ended up just keeping the ball. He ended up picking up about a yard, and ultimately the Ohio State offense punted the football. Now, another thing I like with Liufau and how he kind of lines up on the line of scrimmage is the guy definitely tries different pass rush moves. You know, not only does he move well, but you see plays like this where he's going to try to spin past the tackle. Now, it doesn't work that well. You can see the quarterback's going to end up kind of getting out of there. But again, the fact that this guy has this within his toolbox, if he just continues to fine-tune it, it would definitely get better and better and better. Plus, he's a linebacker. He's not really a defensive end. But again, I do like the fact that this guy tries different pass rush moves. Now, I do have a little bit of criticism for Liufau, and that is I need him to be more aggressive. I need this guy to be more aggressive and go downhill and hit people. I need this guy to fill gaps a little bit faster. Now, I do think when it comes to this guy's tape this past season, Notre Dame had this guy doing so many different things that he just didn't seem all that comfortable within the role that he was playing for this defense. You know, it's not that this guy can't be a downhill player. We've seen that on tape. But you get a lot of plays like this where he just kind of stands there. And I understand he's processing. I understand he has this run fit. I understand there's a blitz going on by number 27, the other linebacker. So I understand the run fit's going to change a little bit. But from the second you realize it's an actual run, fill the gap and stop this play before it picks up the amount of yards a play ultimately ends up picking up. Right? So it's something I kind of want to point out. Let's go ahead and get to the next snap. Now, just a little bit more criticism. Once again, Liufau just has to continue to develop in terms of being a true linebacker, right? And a part of that will also be getting stronger. A part of that will also be getting guys off you, making sure that you don't get caught up on plays like this. The center here is an NFL center, or at least he'll have a shot in the NFL, so this isn't an average player. But I think as a true linebacker, a guy that's playing that stacked position, the guy can continue to develop. Right? The guy can continue to get better at taking the angles, at reading, at recognizing the play. I think as a true linebacker, specifically against the run, I think Liufau, as he gets in the NFL, is still going to get so much better. And I don't think this guy's even reached close to what the potential is for this guy. Now, when it comes to Liufau, he does a pretty good job playing linebacker. But you see a ton of plays like this where he just does his job, right? He's able to recognize the play. He gets off the block and he gets in there and makes the play. To me, I like the fact that as he kind of makes contact here with this guard, he keeps the hands right to the inside. He's going to push off. He's able to recognize where the running back's kind of at, and he gets in there and he makes the play. So it's a pretty good job right there. Let's get into the next snap. You got another really solid play once again. As a linebacker, the guy's pretty good, right? He has the athletic ability to chase down running backs. He has the athletic ability to make those plays. To me, just a really nice job being able to recognize the play, blow the play up. This one right here only picked up about a yard. So again, you see Liufau here is going to read the offensive lineman. You're going to see a bunch of down blocks, and you'll also see a guy pulling from the right of the screen to the left. Liufau is going to read that. He recognizes what's happening within the defensive end. On this one here, if you guys keep an eye on the defensive end here, he's going to actually spill to the inside. So he's going to take on that puller. He's going to make sure the inside lane does not develop. Liufau, on the other hand, comes around it, and he's going to have the responsibility of taking the outside. And he's going to just blow it up. So it's a really nice job right there. Like the scheme aspect of it, because when you have an athletic linebacker like Marist Liufau, you want to put this guy in space. Right? That's going to be one of the assets that this guy's going to bring to the Cowboys. And you can see the guy does a phenomenal job on that one. All right, guys, check this next play out. Once again, watch the hands by Liufau. Very quick, very active to get past the block. To me, that's just a phenomenal job right there. Once again, one of the things you can look at with certain guys is the traits that they flash on tape, right? It's one of the reasons why we loved Osa Odigizua coming out of college. The guy had a lot of traits that you wanted in a guy. And you can see that in Liufau as well. The guy has good traits, right? And one of those is getting past blockers. You see him use the hands here. He's going to swat and swim super quickly. The offensive lineman's not going to be able to make contact with him. So it's just a really, really good job. Now, he is going to get picked off by the second guy right there, but he still does a pretty good job getting past him, considering he was basically double teamed on this play. Just a really, really nice job once again with the hands. Let's get into the next snap. Now, I also want to state this in terms of just kind of talking about Notre Dame's scheme and the actual players with Notre Dame. Notre Dame played a ton of light boxes. So with Liufau as an example, one of the things that would happen is he would have to cover multiple gaps. He'd have to make up for guys that weren't necessarily doing their job. Take this play here as an example. To me, Liufau does a fantastic job reading this play. Right? He does a fantastic job understanding what the run fit is within this play. He ends up jumping the gap perfectly. But what ends up happening on this play is the running back cuts to the outside on this play. And the running back ends up picking up about 7-8 yards when the running back should have been tackled for a loss. Now, to me, this play is actually not on Liufau because the linebacker here is already running to the left here. He's running to the inside. And the running back is going to end up going to the opposite side. So that's a very hard thing for Liufau to do. As he's running to the left, change direction and make a play as the guy's running to the right. Plus, I think the big thing with this play is the defensive lineman here has to stay in the run fit. I don't know why this defensive lineman towards the end of this ends up trying to get over to the left. You'll see this defensive lineman switch right there. If he just stayed within his run fit and trusted that his guy will end up being exactly where he needs to be, this play right here ends up losing a yard. Liufau makes the tackle. But again, you can see a defensive lineman getting out of his run fit. The running back makes a cut to that side, and Liufau ends up missing the tackle because of it. But again, I do like the fact that this guy can still read, recognize these plays, and he understands his responsibility, right? You're going to get a wham block by the tight end. He follows it, fills the gap perfectly. Just doesn't work exactly how it's planned. But again, Liufau does his job. Let's get into the next snap. Check this play out. Liufau is going to do a pretty good job just filling the run fit, getting in there, making the play. Pretty nice rep. There's scouts in the NFL that have said that this guy's played way out of position with Notre Dame. Some people believe he's a safety. Some people believe he's a linebacker. Some people actually believe he's an edge player. But the crazy part with this guy is he's 6'2", 239 pounds, but he's fast. He's athletic. He can move. And for the Cowboys, that's a massive weapon to have. For the Dallas Cowboys, you're bringing in a guy who has the potential to play basically on every single level of the defense. And I think this guy's going to have a phenomenal career in the NFL because of these traits right here. Overall, I really, really like what this guy shows on tape. Very quick, very fast, very explosive. I do think he'll have to continue to develop if he's going to become a full-time starting linebacker. But you can definitely see the upside on tape. This guy has the ability to become one of the better linebackers in the NFL if he just continues to develop. You can see so many positive things on tape. He's so disruptive. But again, he just has to clean up a couple of little things. Should not be an issue. Every player in the NFL is going to develop. And I think if that happens with this guy, he's going to become one of the best linebackers in the NFL. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing. We will be covering Marist Liufau as he gets into the NFL. We'll be covering the Cowboys during camp, the preseason, and the regular season, so make sure you guys are subscribed if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys next time with another video.